Mark gets his hands on the all-new Milwaukee lasers.
And the Toolbox Buzz crew takes on Cordless Miter Saws.
This is your Power Tool Week in Review.
This episode is brought to you by Ohio Power Tool. Pro Tools, Pro Service, all at the best prices at ohiopowertool.com. And Ego, power beyond belief.
Welcome back, Power Tool fans. I'm Rob.
And I'm Sarah. It's October 30th, 2020, and today we're going to cover the latest Power Tool news and point out the best tool videos of the week. But before we do that, do me a favor and punch that thumbs up below. All right, on to the Power Tool news.
The boys at Toolbox Buzz got back together again. You know what that means? A whole bunch of miter saws about to get abused to within an inch of their lives for our education and entertainment. That's right, it's head-to-head time again at TBB, and this time they're taking a look at cordless miter saws. They're going to break it up into 3 different videos, starting with 10-inch sliding miter saws, and later with 12-inch and compact saws. In this first head-to-head, they test the Makita XSL06PT, the Milwaukee 2734, and the Metabo HPT C3610DRAQA. Sexy names for sure. Each one is cordless sliding compound miter saw with a 10-inch blade. As you'd expect, the guys go way overboard digging into precision, performance, runtime, ergonomics, sound, price, and more. If you have any interest in choosing a new miter saw, or like us, you just like watching Rob lose his mind over tool charts, head on over to Toolbox Buzz on YouTube.
Mark Thomas has got the rest of us green with envy this week, as he's one of the first to get his hands on the full line of new Milwaukee lasers. Mark takes a detailed look at both the M12s and all 3 of the RedLithium USB green lasers, including a 3-point, crossline with plumb points, and the 3 plane lasers as well. Each one includes ultra bright green lasers, micro adjustments, several options for mounting it, and a super durable form factor. And they all come with these super nice custom cases to keep them safe. This is Milwaukee's first leap into the laser pool, and after watching Mark's review, it's obvious they dove right into the deep end. You can see for yourself at MARKTHOMASBUILDER on YouTube.
Todd over at Project Farm shared another tool comparo this week, this time taking on battery-powered chainsaws. He gathered 5 different lithium battery-powered examples from Milwaukee, DeWalt, Makita, Ryobi, and Works. Yeah, we're wondering where Ego is too. Now, as is his format, Todd wouldn't take any freebies from manufacturers to remain unbiased, and instead chose to purchase all 5 of these chainsaws and then put them up against his Steel MS 170 gas saw to see if any of them could keep up. He measures how loud they are, their no-load RPM and weight, then puts them to work cutting through 9 4x4s and even made a full batch of cookies. Todd's reviews are always packed with a ton of information in the quick-paced format that we love. To find out which saw is the best, besides Ego of course, head on over to the Project Farm on YouTube.
It's been a while since we've checked in with our buddies down under, and this week the boys took a detailed look at the new Bosch 18-volt rotary laser GRL 600 CHV. This is not the kind of rotary laser you use to hang pictures. This is a serious piece of kit for the job site, and as the guys put it, it's no joke. It's dual grade and can automatically level itself up to 8.5 degrees in 2 directions, and comes complete with the LR60 receiver. It's not only hyper accurate, but it's built to stand up to anything the job site might throw at it, or even survive a shower with an Aussie.
If you want to go have a bath with it, because you're that excited about it, feel free to.
I love these two. So it's weather and wane proof. After going over all of its features, they take it onto a job site and walk you through its many uses, making a pretty good case for the $2,700 laser. Mind you, that's in Australian didgeridoos. No clue what that is in US dollars. For the full review, head over to Oz Tool Talk on YouTube.
Do you have problems keeping your cords plugged together?
Not really.
Shut up, yes you do. But luckily for you, it's time again for some actual work with Rob Robillard.
Hey, Rob, Sarah, how are you guys this week?
My arm hurts, Rob. How are you?
I'm great, thanks for asking. This week's tip, I want to talk about an electrical cord trick that I learned a long time ago. Anybody who's worked with a power tool that's plugged in a vacuum or another tool, and you're about to use it and you pulled it a little bit too far and it unplugs, that's infuriating, it's frustrating. That feeling even intensifies more when you're up on a ladder, or you're maybe in a crawl space or something and you go to reach for it and boom, the cord unplugs. So one of the first things I learned about 25 years ago on the job site was this trick of tying off cords. And basically you just take both cords that you're using, put them together like this. You basically tie a knot like this through it, like that, and then you plug the two tools in. And the reason why I like this trick is it doesn't put stress on this. You could even make this knot a little bit lower if you want. But when you go to pull the cords, you're protecting it. It's not going to unplug. I've even used this to lift a tool up a ladder and lower a tool up and down a ladder. Pre-cordless tools, of course. Anyway, the beauty of this method is you're protecting, like I said, you're protecting the cords from damage, and you're not going to get unplugged. I hope this helps, guys. Have a great week.
Thanks again, Rob. It's time again for your construction industry news, courtesy of the Construction Junkie. First up, Hilti held an online press conference this week to announce a new tool called the Hilti J-Bot, which turns out to be a semi-autonomous robot that drills holes into concrete ceilings using a Hilti drill. I'm assuming it's because it couldn't find its Makita. Anyways, this new platform rolls around on tank treads and utilizes a laser system to keep track of exactly where it is, and uses that information to precisely drill holes for overhead MEP anchors, and even uses a spray system to mark the holes with appropriate symbols. And of course, it's able to track the size, depth, time, and location of every hole it drills. The whole system is self-contained and powered by its own battery pack that will last a full 8-hour workday while charging in 4 to 6 hours overnight. Hilti says that while the J-Bot currently only drills overhead holes, the future will bring modular attachments that will allow it to cut, grind, sand, and I can only assume massage. What a world we live in. Seeing as tomorrow is Halloween, Shane, the construction junkie himself, decided you might enjoy reading about 7 of the spookiest things found on construction sites. He was wrong.
Why are you so mean today?
All right, fine. Maybe you'll think this is fun. Shane shares 7 stories of job site spookery, including severed heads, tombstones, caskets, bones, rats, and even a man in a bear suit.
That sounds fun!
If you're like Sarah and want to read those stories, and for the rest of your construction industry news, head on over to constructionjunkie.com.
Swinging over to Instagram, our buddy Murray gave me a heart attack this week by drilling holes in aluminum with a spade bit, which, just like you, I assumed was about to seize up and make a mess. But as he pointed out, the bit actually came with an aluminum door, and it worked great. I still can't watch it, though. Thibaut of French MTL Carpentry caught a photo of 2 tools getting along perfectly in the wild. This time a skill saw job site saw and his Festool CT MIDI, and asked what duo or trio do you think work best together?
Like us.
Not today, Cranky Pants, not today. And last of all, Drywall Shorty brings us our weekly moment of zen with this ultra-satisfying mud scrape using her 6-inch knife from Level 5 Tools. I think I watched that about 40 times.
Last week, we looked into the difference between DeWalt's confusing tools, which you can watch right here. Special thanks to Ohio Power Tool and Ego for sponsoring this episode. Guys, we couldn't do it without you.
Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing.
We'll see you next week.